Welcome back. Our next guest is a hugely popular comedian who's been growing in force with each piece of work that she puts out. Having created and starred in her own sitcom, Nowhere Fast, she also hosts her own podcast. And she's now showcasing her stage writing debut at the Dublin Fringe Festival. It is the one and only Alison Spittle. Alison, it's lovely to see you.
Hey, guys.
You're radiant as ever.
Thank you. It's lovely to be alive on a Sunday morning, isn't it?
Well, yeah. And it's always time to come in here.
Always a bonus.
Yeah, you're home for a bit because the comedy festival is on.
Yes.
Because you live in London now.
I do. So I was home for Vodafone Comedy Festival, flew me over. I'm delighted. And I'm here, and yeah, I live in Camden in London. I live with 5 different people, and there's no sitting room. I'm sleeping in the sitting room. I mean, it's a bedroom now, but, you know. So I'm happy to be there, but I am happy to be here too. Like, I've missed Dublin so much. There's, like, I've been picking up white mousse, peanut ryu, there's scarlet for your ma, chilli sauce, all the liquids, because Vodafone are paying for the hand luggage. So I'm getting all my liquids in today.
You got the care packages to go back with.
Oh, yeah, exactly. I'm going to be clinking. I'm just going to be full of chilli sauce. I love it.
What about the move to London? Was it a difficult decision to make, or was it a no-brainer because of the property here and the issues with renting?
Yeah, it was. It was a kind of a no-brainer, as in, like, I wasn't making enough to not be renting here, and the rent was killing me, so I had to move. And sure, the rent is killing me in London too, but hopefully there's, like, more opportunities there, you know. But I'm so happy with Ireland and people. You know, it's so weird when you move because you don't want to be acting snobby, like you've moved and you're like, well, I'm glad I'm gone. I'm not. I love it.
You miss
it,
it,
I do. I miss it.
Miss family and all that.
Yeah, my mum came up last night and she had a great time. She was chatting to Blind Boy for the Rubber Bandits and she didn't know it. So, and I told her after.
And she got a bit of a fright, I'd say.
Oh, she was starstruck. She was starstruck after, yeah.
Let's talk about some of the success you've had here, particularly on the television with Nowhere Fast, which was your baby in every sense, and an incredible success.
Thank you. Yeah, it was so me and my boyfriend Simon wrote it together, and, like, we had such a lovely experience writing it.
Did you bring him to London? I wasn't sure.
I did. I know. Everyone's like, and is he coming, is he? Yeah, he's fine.
So that's you and him.
Yeah, we're sorted. Don't worry about that. I tell you, we're never going to leave each other. That's
nice.
The most romantic thing anyone's ever said. But yeah, so we wrote the series together, and then when, like, the cast, I loved the cast so much, and it was kind of like based on radio stuff, so it was kind of lovely to kind of do comedy about the radio. So yeah.
And you had worked in iRadio where I worked.
I worked in iRadio, passing chips. It's brilliant. So yeah, I got a lot of jokes actually from iRadio. It's good stuff. Only iRadio doesn't do their Deaf Notices, which I think they could do really well. You know, like a lovely soundtrack, like boom, boom, boom. Today, sorry, very tiered about the death of, you know, you can have, like, David Guetta on next. It'd be very good.
I'll pitch that one to the boss tomorrow.
With regards to the play that you've written, Starlet, so this writing process you obviously enjoy and you've had great success with it.
Yeah.
But when you turn your attention to a new project, do you need time and space, and is there a long lead-up process, or is it easy enough to write?
Well, with this one, right, I think when kind of Nowhere Fast was finished, I was like, oh, what'll I do next with what I want to write? And I love Westmeath and I love the Midlands, and there's something that'll always be attached to it. And this story is basically, it's about Toyota Starlet, but it's more about the people in it. And they're from the Midlands, and it's very hard to describe what happens because practically nothing happens. There's a lot of talking, do you know what I mean? And then something happens at the end, which I can't say on television. So it's kind of like that. So I love doing it, and you need your space, and also because I'm writing stand-up comedy. I'm doing Alison, Spittle, Mother of God in the Dublin Fringe as well, which is like a stand-up show about the nativity play. So I have to give myself space for that, and I'm also writing another secret project. Secret because I don't know whether it's being made or not. Do you know that type of thing?
Secret for now, but hopefully we'll hear more.
Don't be a fool. Do you know what I mean? Like, someone will ask me in a year's time, what's happening here, Alison? I'm like, it's gone. It's gone.
You've so much going on. I want to know about the nativity. Is that going to be controversial?
Oh, very controversial.
They're going to be talking about you and Joe Duffy?
Basically, well, I hope so, but I hope they're on my side. A terrible injustice happened to me with the school nativity play. Never got the part of Mary, right? And
not over it still.
oh yeah, the show was about how not to hold a grudge. So,
20 years later.
20 years later, yeah. So it's been good crack at that because there's a lot of comedy to be mined out of school nativity plays and stuff. You know.
Can we talk about comedy in Ireland? Because we had the pleasure of interviewing Jason Byrne recently enough, and Deirdre Kane as well, because they were the Grand Marshals for St. Patrick's Day Parade.
Yeah.
And so we were there in the morning. And what really struck me is genuinely how thrilled they were to be there. And Deirdre made a really good point in the interview saying, you know, comedians are often forgotten about.
Yeah.
You know, you have the musicians, you have the movie stars or the well-known TV faces in the soaps. But with comedians, it's because humour is so subjective.
Yeah.
You know, one bunch of people would think you're the funniest thing in the world, and you might not be someone else's cup of tea.
Well, that's a very polite way of putting it. You should look at my Twitter mentions. It's not Alison, at Alison Spittle, you're not my cup of tea. It's a bit stronger. Yeah.
That picture will bother you. It will bother me.
Do you know what's mad? It's kind of like you kind of laugh because they have a very strong reaction, and I'm like, I'm just joking about potatoes. Like, do you know, it's not going to ruin your day. Like, do you know what I mean? I'm not a politician, or I'm not detrimentally hurting your life or whatever. It's funny. I used to really want people to like me all the time, and I think that's why I got into comedy. I had this weird insatiable need where if someone didn't like me, I'm like, why? And then I'll give them sweets or something like that. You know, that type of thing. So when people annoy me on Twitter, like I used to give out to them, but now I do a lovely mute, you know, and they can keep shouting into the void.
Much
and
better.
I don't hear it. Yeah.
Do you
great.
find the more popular you've become, the more followers you have, that you would attract more of the trolls?
Yeah, I do.
Not to give them any airtime now, but it kind of comes with the territory, doesn't it?
It kind of comes with the territory, and it's about, like, what's funny is, like, I get, most of the trolls don't like me because I'm fat, right? And they go, what's she doing on the television? She's glorifying obesity, right? And I'm like, glorifying?
Wow.
Thank you.
That's
I didn't.
horrible.
No, it's not. Well, think about it. I'm glorifying something. So fair play. They must think I'm doing
women
a good
on stage,
job.
empowerment and feminism, I would argue.
It's like, it's grand. Like, I know poor Aidan's like, oh, Alison, are you okay? I'm grand. Don't worry, chicken. Like,
I've got your back, Alison.
Yeah,
you know that. I'll find them for you.
Well, I'll show you my mentions later. We'll go through them.
No, we won't, because you're busy this afternoon. You're back at Vodafone?
I am with Tommy Tiernan and Enya Martin and Jim Owen, and it's a stacked lineup, 4:30. So I'm delighted. But the whole festival's been wonderful. It really has. And like today, there's so much good shows.
And is it brilliant for you as a comedian, being in that environment and seeing how other people work, what makes them tick, and see how their mind evolves when they're coming up with these jokes and they're on stage delivering it?
Yes, and that's a great question. Like, seriously, like looking at Tommy Tiernan, and of course, like, it's just, he's an amazing person. There's all these people that you admire, and then you see them backstage and they get as nervous as you, and you're like, oh, well, I feel human. Do you know, everyone's fallible, everyone's human. And also, like, with the American comedians that come over, we got a load in. They always get in loads of American comedians, and you just see the different styles, you know, and the different ways of dealing with crowds and stuff like that. Like, someone brought a baby into a show yesterday, and I tell you, I felt like mass. You know, you could hear her crying, and you were trying to hear what the person was saying. I felt like I should give the sign of peace or something like that. You know?
Bless them or something.
Yeah.
And do you still get nervous just before you go on stage?
Of course.
Do you?
Yeah. If I didn't, that's the joy of doing comedy. It's like the adrenaline rush and that kind of feeling of something could go wrong. Look, I'm on live TV now, and I'm as nervous as I am doing stand-up comedy. Do you know what I mean?
Seem very relaxed to us.
Oh, but in my head, I've just got a ticker tape of what could go wrong. Do you know what I mean? Every word goes through my head.
Well, maybe you'd be relieved to know we are at the end. We got there.
I didn't
No
make
profanity,
a show.
nothing.
I know.
Don't go ruining it now. Alison.
As soon as that camera's off now, I'll be...
10 more seconds to go, Alison. We're fine.
Well, look, if people want to nab tickets to both of your productions, which are coming up, you can visit fringefest.com, and also check out Alison's podcast, which is amazing, The Alison Spittle Show.
Oh, the original guest over here.
Get the plug in. I was actually,
Thank you so much.
Why haven't I been back on since?
Well, we'll fix it
I live
now.
in London, I don't see you anymore.
We'll sort it out later on. Alison, always a pleasure to chat to you, and thank you. Best of luck later on.
Thank you so much. It's been lovely.
Thanks, Alison.